Today we're going to do a bit of a bookish reset. I've not done one of these before, but I feel like it's really necessary. There's loads of things that I want to like sort out. I thought we could go through the books that I've read so far this month. It's already the 20th of April, so I feel like it's quite a nice time just to do a quick catch up on the books that I've read, on like what I'm currently reading. And then I also want to do a bit of a reader check-in because I don't know how far I'm getting to my yearly goal of 103 books. So I feel like now is a good time to do that. It's already like the end of April, so it would be a good time to check in and make sure I'm actually on track. And then I also really want to sort out my Kindle because I've got a lot of collections on here and they're not really making sense to me right now, so I really want to update those. And then I need to update my Fable lists as well because I've got a physical TBR list on there and a Kindle list on there, but they're not updated, so I want to go through and update those. We've got lots to get through. Let's go make a cup of coffee and then we'll come back and regroup. And I've picked out the books that we're going to be discussing today. So, as we know, I have been focusing quite a lot on the Magnolia Park series. So that's mainly what I've been reading this month. And I've now finished the series. So let's do a quick roundup of the 3 books that I finished in the Magnolia Park series. I have done a Magnolia Parks universe review / everything you need to know, and by the time this video goes up, I believe that video will already be live or is coming. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. These are the 3 books in the series that I finished this month. So at the beginning of the month, I was doing the tandem read of Daisy Hates The Great Undoing and Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. These are the new covers. I do have the old covers as well. But as I said in another one of my videos, I think it's a Magnolia Parks one, I'm actually going to be annotating these at some point because, as you all know from that review, this is 100% my favourite series ever. And the quotes in this series are actually insane and I really want to like highlight them, underline them, remember them forever, but I don't want to ruin the original covers that I've got because I just want those to be pristine. Like, I don't want to ruin them. So I bought the new covers because these were, I actually got the box set for 20 quid from the works. I think it's supposed to be 25, but they stickered it up wrong, so lucky me, I got it for £20, what a steal. But yeah, I'm going to be annotating these. 10 out of 10, honestly. I think I rated all 3 of these books 5 stars. Like, I just could not give them any less because they're just brilliant. So these are the 3 books that I finished in the Magnolia Park series. I also finished an audiobook which is called None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Again, absolutely incredible, 10 out of 10 audiobook. Highly recommend you go and listen. I really enjoyed that. I kind of listened to it while I was sort of on the train or like doing cleaning and stuff like that, and it was really good, really gripping. Anything by Lisa Jewell is so good. I've read a couple of her books before and they've always been like 5 stars. And of course we had Fearless, which was released, and it is the 3rd book in the Powerless trilogy by Lauren Roberts. I read that one on my Kindle. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't overly impressed with that one. I have done like a full spoiler review over on my TikTok and my Instagram, so make sure you're following so you can go and watch and see my thoughts on that. I was a little bit disappointed because I felt like it was a bit slow. We had an element that we've seen before, so I felt like it was a bit repetitive and I wasn't so keen on the ending. So yeah, once you've read the book, go and check out my TikTok video and see my review. And then let me know in the comments as well what you think if you have read Fearless, because I'm interested to see a lot of other people's opinions. I've seen quite a lot of mixed reviews online about it, so it'd be good to know what you guys think as well. I also read an arc this month which was called The Last Daughter of Smoke and Shadow. Initially, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite gripping, quite addictive, it's a bit different, but as I got further into the story, I didn't love it, but that wasn't to say it wasn't good. So I rated that one 3.75 stars. And then the last book that I've actually read this month and finished is Sharp Objects by Gillian. Is it Gillian or Gillian? I think it's Gillian. Gillian Flynn. She is the author of Gone Girl, which is one of my favourite films ever. I can't remember if I've read the book, but after reading this, I'm not sure if I ever did read the book because her writing style is quite unique, I would say. And I'm going to be honest, this was very weird. I don't have much else to say other than it was just odd, like plain odd. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I rated it 3 stars because it was quite addicting and I read it in one evening. I did like a little challenge to myself to finish a book in one evening because I finished Magnolia Parks, I think the day before yesterday, and I just needed something to keep me going so that I didn't go into a slump. So I picked up this and yeah, I don't really know what to say other than it was very odd. I rated it 3 stars because I did read it quite quickly. I didn't DNF it. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It was just strange. I don't know if has anyone read this? Like, let me know your thoughts. And then what I'm currently reading is Binding 13. So I have been waiting to get back to this book for so long. If you've seen one of, I think it was like the first chatty reading vlog I did like a couple of weeks ago, I started reading this and then I put it down because I wanted to finish Magnolia Parks first, the universe, and now I'm jumping straight back into it. I read this for a solid like 2 hours this morning. I think I'm maybe like 40% of the way through the book now. There's still so much to go. Like, it is such a big book, but I am really enjoying it. I feel so sad for Shannon, genuinely. Like, I don't know, I feel really sad. I don't want to ruin it in case you haven't read it, but it's sad. It's gonna be sad, and I think this is what I'm gonna need after Magnolia Parks. So that's my like quick fire roundup of the books I've read this month. So let's check Fable. So according to Fable, I have read 31 books this year, and my flower is this much complete, which actually, to be fair, considering we're the first quarter of the way through 2025, I think that's pretty good. And my reader insight does say I'm on track to meet my goal in December, so that's good. Ideally, I don't want to be leaving it that late because I don't want to be stressed. This happened to me last year. I set a goal for like 100 books and then I got really stressed because I was like getting to the December and I still had like loads of books to go. So I don't want that to happen again this year. But I would say I am actually on track, so that's really good to know. I'm happy about that one. Okay, so here's the stressful part of the bookish reset. I need to think about what my TBR is going to be for May because I'm actually going on holiday. I've booked a trip to Portugal with my boyfriend Alex, and I need to decide what books I'm going to take. I currently have so many romance books that I would love to take on holiday, but because I'm a bit of a mood reader, that's too dangerous. I feel like I need to take a mix of genres. So I actually went to Waterstones yesterday with Alex and I bought 2 books because they've got double stamps for the weekend because it's bank holiday and buy one get one half price. So I bought Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez because this is a new release and I've seen mixed reviews about it, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, but my friend is reading it and she said it's really good. So in her we trust. I'm going to take this with me on holiday, I believe. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my TBR for my holiday is probably going to change by the time I actually go because I probably won't plan actually the exact books I'm going to take until a week before when I do my packing, but this is just what I'm thinking. So I want to take this one because I think it will be really fun to read on holiday. I haven't read the blurb, I'm not gonna lie, but Abby Jimenez I feel like is an auto buy for me. I've read one of her books. So that's a really stupid thing to say, but everyone loves her, and the one book I read just for the summer I'm actually obsessed with and I still think about. So I think I'm going to take this on holiday. And then the second book I bought is actually called Love Letters to a Serial Killer by Tasha Coriel. I don't know how to say that. I thought this just sounded like a really fun fiction book. This one is basically about this woman who writes an angry letter to a serial killer who's in prison and then they end up falling in love. I mean, I absolutely love these kind of books. I don't know why, I just think they are so much fun. It's also not a very thick book as well, so I feel like this is a good one to take in the suitcase. It's not going to take up much room. I'm thinking for definite it's probably going to be these 2, but then obviously these are both quite romancy, light-hearted and fun books, so I probably want to take some thrillers as well. I currently have 3 thrillers on my TBR, 2 Frida McFadden and one by Jessica Irina Smith. I've not read any of her books before, but it was in the 3 for £7.50 deal in the works, so I bought that a while ago. And then the 2 books I've got by Frida McFadden are The Perfect Son and The Locked Door. So I'll probably take one of these. I'm not sure which. I'll be taking one of them if I don't read both of them before, which is unlikely. So it's going to be probably these 2 books and one of these for the holiday reads, which I'll probably decide before then. So I'm thinking then, if this is an Abby Jimenez, I have a feeling it's probably, do you think it's going to be set in the same world as the other two, because the other two, they all link, don't they? So I'm thinking these are probably going to have to be next in line in the TBR list, because I need to read her other two books before I take Say You'll Remember Me on holiday. Is that right? Do I need to read these before I read this one? Can somebody tell me please, because I don't know, but I'm desperate to read these, so I think these might be up next. That was quite stressful, I'm not gonna lie. I still have so many books on my TBR, it's actually so stressful. Look at that. All of this shelf is TBR. There's a lot going on here, and I need to get all of those books on my Fable. So I'm going to get my Fable list up. Basically, on Fable, if you don't know, you can create lists, and I find this satisfies a part of my brain that just loves to organise everything and everything. So I have custom lists down here, and I've got my physical TBR, which is this, but obviously not all of the books are actually on here. So I want to go through my TBR list and add them all to this list, just so I know then what I've got. And then I also have a custom list for my Kindle TBR. So I think I will go through, have a look on my Kindle. I don't think there's many books on my Kindle that I haven't read yet, so this is probably going to be quite easy. Yesterday was so nice and very productive. We got so much stuff done. Like, I sorted out my Kindle and put all of my TBR books into a collection by genre. I didn't actually have that many books on my TBR on my Kindle, which is very good because I have so many physical books. I did my Fable list for my physical books. Let's just see how many books I have. So apparently I've got 27 books on my physical TBR, which is quite a lot, to be honest. So I really need to start getting through those. But it felt good to kind of get everything organised into one place so I can see how many I've got and, you know, assess whether I need to go on a book buying bang, which I probably do, but I'm not going to. So yeah, it was really nice and productive. And then we also did like a massive clothes clear out as well, and just like put loads of stuff, because there's like a clothes bank donation thing by Morrison's. So we put loads of clothes in bin bags, and we're actually going to take them down today and donate them. And yeah, it just felt so good to do like a proper good clear out. I mean, that's what bank holidays are for, aren't they? Like resetting and like just clearing everything out, like a nice spring clean out. It was really, really nice. All that's left to do for my bookish reset now is to do some reading. So let's catch up and do a bit of a reading update. I'm currently reading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I'm this much in, so I'm probably about 50%, maybe just over 50% now, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it is, I'm not sure like what I'm gonna rate it yet, but I am really enjoying it. I feel so sorry for Shannon. I honestly can't believe that she lives the life that she lives. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read it yet, but I do feel really sorry for her, and I'm really excited to see what happens between her and Johnny. I think it's gonna be very cute. I'm a little bit worried for Johnny, to be honest, because I'm worried about what's gonna happen to him and whether he's going to do the things that he wants to do. I'm not sure at the moment. So yeah, it's gonna be, without saying too much, I think it's gonna be a good book. Obviously I did pause it so that I could finish Magnolia Parks, which I'm still not over, by the way. Yeah, I think now is time to get my heart broken by another book, because what's the best way to get over a heartbreaking series? Jump into another one. So yeah, that's the plan for today, is to get a really good chunk of this done. I think after this book, I do have book 2. So depending on how this book ends, I'm either gonna start the second one straight away, or I'm gonna tackle some of the books on my TBR. And I think I might jump into an Abby Jimenez book, because I'm kind of in the mood for that. So let's set a timer. I wanna do a solid hour of reading. So we'll see how many pages I can get down in an hour. hour timer halfway through to go put some comfy clothes on because it's actually a bit colder today, which is a shame because we've had such beautiful weather this past like week, so it's kind of annoying that bank holiday weekend has been a bit colder. But yeah, that's why I'm wearing different clothes. I felt like I needed to say that because I'm halfway through this hour reading stint and I was like, I'm cold, I want to go put some comfy clothes on. So yeah, that's why, oh God, I've missed a bit. That's why I'm suddenly wearing a different outfit. I am on page 486, so I'm going to continue reading now. So my hour is up and I read this much, which was 69 pages. I'm actually quite impressed with that. I didn't, like, this is a lot. I don't know how I managed to read that in an hour, but I did. I'm very impressed with that. I'm glad. I'm now on page 521 and I've got this much left of the book to go, but I think I'm going to take a bit of a break now and maybe do some editing or something, just because I can feel myself like starting to get a little bit distracted, and I always think that is a good time to stop when I feel like I'm getting a bit distracted, because then otherwise I start thinking about things while I'm reading and I'm not fully concentrating on the book. So I'm gonna have a little break and then I'll go back to reading this in a bit. All right, well, it's about 5 p.m. now and I've done everything I need to do for the bookish reset. So thank you so much for spending the weekend with me. I hope that you enjoyed my video. If you did, give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.